The story you're about to see is about a man's life who touched thousands of people through his love of music. Sadly, Ed Palmer, who lived on Beaver Island, passed away in July. His celebration of life was last Saturday on the island. And as Corey Adkins shows us in this week's Northern Michigan in Focus, one of Ed's goals in life was to make everyone happy.
You've been happy?
Each time an elderly person passes on, we lose more than just that person. We lose folkways, we lose melodies, their words, their unique style of humor. When Dad passed, he took an era with him.
Ed Palmer had 4 kids and had a long marriage to his beautiful wife, Mary. He also served our country in Vietnam.
Fire! Fire!
He was part of the fabric of Beaver Island. He loved to share his love of traditional island music with everybody, and you could see it everywhere.
I never heard anybody ever express about a person what I've heard about Ed in my years here. And not in a light way, but in a real way. He was really a nice person.
An example of that was even in Ed's final years. He was going out of his way to make people smile.
The highlight of Dad's musical career was playing for whom he referred to as the old folks, or his peers, at assisted living facilities all over northern Michigan. Just he and his instruments and a room full of people longing for some joy, and he gave it to them.
He could also make you smile with his incredible sense of humor, even during a spat.
But it wasn't always sunshine and roses with Mary and Edward. Let us not forget the time Dad drove all over town with a wife for sale sign hanging up.
But he could always fix it.
One of my favorite things was to watch them dance. It didn't get to happen often because Dad was usually playing the music. But on the rare occasion that it did happen, they would glide across the floor, smiling and laughing.
Most of all, I love you, 'cause you're you.
Ed was a gift. He was a treasure.
My dad had a poor childhood and went on to live a seemingly average life in the middle of Lake Michigan. He fought PTSD relentlessly. He never had a fancy car or a fancy job. But when I listen to people talk and when I look around this church, I see that he was probably the richest man I've known. He had a kingdom of love that he built from the ground up. A natural ability to bring joy. There was magic all around him, although he was out in the world just being Edward Palmer.
Ed did his best to keep Beaver Island traditions alive. He loved a good hall party and the homecoming dances.
He said several times over the months before he passed, wouldn't it be great if we could go around the hall one more time? I wish we could have done that for him.
Well, they did. All to celebrate the life of a music man who was kind, selfless, and loved, because he simply wanted to do one thing.
Is everybody happy is not just a catchphrase, but a window into his heart. What a world we would live in if we all looked at each other with the heart of Edward and made sure every person we encounter were not just okay, but happy. I can't think of a better way to honor the life of my dad than doing just that. Look at each other with the heart of Edward.
Everybody happy?
For Northern Michigan in Focus, I'm Corey Adkins.